Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to get singles for all your Force of Will and other trading card games, as well as these amazing patrons.
Thank you for your support. Enjoy the video.
So yeah, in this next match, it is going to be Steven on Perfect Loki versus Adam. Minha, fantastic job, buddy. I can't say it enough. So Steven's going to play Perfect Loki. This is probably the 2 tier 1 decks that this is a good match that you're going to want to know and understand. But yeah, Furry Balls, Twitch subs, if it was a real Twitch sub, like the $5 sub, then yes, you would get access to our Discord. What the Twitch Prime sub does is it essentially splits it in half, right? Since it's free for you, but it's $5, Twitch gets $250 and we get $250, right? So what we did was we did it for all of our patrons that we have. Any of them that also give us the Twitch Prime, they get essentially a bump in the tiers. So like the $5 tier is to get into our private Discord, and then the $10 one is to get a game a month with a rogue. $20 is 2 games a month. So the Twitch Prime is for any patron that they get the $10 tier for $5, essentially, is what it is. So that's kind of the way we're handling those right now. But yeah, that's the way that it goes. But
okay, we're seeing a pretty slow start, I think, for Steven.
Yeah, not seeing any
to play an
blue.
altar here. Do you think there's a case here where Jeremy just
Dispels? Yeah.
or not? Oh, he's just gonna go for
Aggressively
straight.
going this route. I mean, it's a clock.
Yep. There's a clock. It's hard to deal with. Especially if he has the energized and he just had the perfect hand set up here.
160, and so this might be a super fast game. Blue though, that's a good thing to hit. So what happens? We have to hit. We definitely have to go for the Athenia. Actually, this will work. All you gotta do is go.
Purgatory.
No. You go. Return of God. Top 7. Drop Athenia. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very, very.
Drop
possible.
Athenia. Recover stones, float, do whatever, do your turn, and then just perfect Loki on your opponent's upkeep, and then remove their grave, and that'll be a pretty good start to nullifying what happened here. He has to hit the Athenia here.
Yeah, he has to hit Athenia here.
Now, I will say I've played this deck a lot, and hitting Athenia in those 7 is actually a very high frequency. So it may feel like, to the naked eye that it's a lot of RNG, but there's actually the numbers behind it. Seeing one of those in the top 7 is very... Alright, I'm gonna say goodnight to my wife real quick. I'll be back.
Alright. So pretty decent harvesting.
She said she looked like a dump truck, so she didn't want to get over here and show herself.
Didn't see any perfect Lokis in the grave, so he needs to definitely have one in his hand.
But playing Harvesting Season would definitely suggest that he does. Unless he just goes Power of Immortality, like the desperate route. It was guaranteed that this was going to happen. No, God, that wouldn't have even worked. You couldn't have sacked the Athenias because then he'd have been up shit's creek. But yeah, no, this is the back and forth to this. If you get too aggressive, this is the soft lock, the Athenia Perfect Loki. And there is nothing, the Dark Alice decks, nothing will stop when Athenia comes down and Perfect Loki comes next. There's nothing that's going to stop that graveyard from getting removed. Yep. Period. So 100%. Super aggressive. He's going into his turn now with 3 will. There is no threat with 3 will for Steven to lose another 20 life right now. So really set up, kind of flip the script there.
All he can do here is really just try to... He needs to get rid of the Athenia.
Yep, and then it'll probably get Zeus's Grand Lightning.
Yep.
So very standard first, like 3-4 turns here. So, yep. Doesn't need green to clear the yard. No, black. Black clears the yard.
Yeah, green is horn, so.
Yep, green puts whatever you want in your graveyard back into your deck. Alright, so pretty comfortable spot for Steven. As long as he doesn't get too expensive with his will. I think right there, the perfect turn, or like the perfect what you're looking at there is something along the lines of like a another Return of God. What did the chase look like? How did he kill Dallas and Zeus Alice 2 and clear the grave? So what happens is on Athenia, when she entered the field, she tapped all your opponent's stones, right? So then what you do is you pass turn. So during your opponent's upkeep, they don't, or opponent's draw step, they don't have any will or interaction. So
I think they're wondering about how the state-based effects work. So Loki applies a state-based effect of neg 10 plus or whatever. So it killed the Dark Alice, but since Alice has Eternal, it stays alive until it loses Eternal, but it still has the negs on its defense till the end of the turn. So all he has to do then is remove the graveyard, and then that neg will catch the Alices.
Yeah, if you didn't know that Perfect Loki was busted, it's busted. It was absolutely busted. It's perfect. It's a final battle on a stick. Oh, so we are trying to dispel the altar. Okay, hold on. How did that go? Oh, nice. So he Power of Immortality, probably end of turn onto the Perfect Loki, maybe, or Mana Transmuter, something. Tried to get some counters on the altar, popped the altar in response. In response to that, played the Dark Alice, and then Aaron did the Dark Alice trigger. So a lot of rune use there. Why doesn't Jeremy just reveal all once? He's familiar with untap, right?
Hey, kind of. Maybe he just wants to show everybody. I don't know.
Oh yeah. When Patrick just when you Perfect Loki on upkeep and he just plays the City of Minerva and then plays his shit anyway, and you're just like, my negs. Yeah, he does that. So yeah, Patrick and I are actually going to play a Perfect Loki ISIS matchup this week for our OLS. So I will be streaming that. So look forward to that when we play. Probably Monday, Tuesday by the sounds of what Patrick was telling me. So only playing the Look Corruption, just kind of looking at the opponent's hand and not doing anything crazy with it after that. Why? Is there a chance that this deck... Oh yeah, this deck is running Izanami, and he has an Izanami live with the mana transmitter, so there could be an instant speed Athenia whenever he wants. So that's interesting. That's something to pay attention to. My necks. As the sub sound. My necks. I'll work on that. I don't know if I have to. I'm not really tech savvy, but we'll maybe get something together there. My necks. Alright, so we're back to live. We're not going to do anything. So, this is actually pretty interesting, because, essentially what Steven is saying is that I'm pressuring you more than you're pressuring me, so if you're not going to do anything, then I'm just going to keep chilling. And he's just waiting for the opportunity to strike. That was a strike. Keeping his opponent off of perfect will. Alright, we gonna fight? We gonna fight? So Izanami's out of the question now, though, so that's interesting. Oh, wait, no. Dark Alice is on the field. Does Dark Alice? No, no stones yet. We could still probably get something fixed. Two, 4, 6. Cam's already on it. You're gonna get the nice, like, 1 week of sickness, Josh, too. That'll be nice.
Have you played the new set of Magic yet?
Yeah, I did the pre-release last night.
Oh, right. You did it real life. I don't know if you played on Arena yet.
No, my Arena is busted.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. It won't update. I mean,
just delete the game and then reinstall it.
I did. I've done it many times. I've done all the stuff. Make an admin. Do this. Do that.
It's weird.
Yeah. So Zeus Alice in hand. Passing turn.
I mean, he's got Kage in the grave, so.
So what's the other runes we've got? We've got Freed from the Altar, and we've got. Freed from the Altar.
Does he play Neorag?
Don't think so. Steven is hella against Neorag.
Yeah, it's okay. So. Does like perma eat up a rune slot?
Erosin, this is not This is not Neo-Rag Loki. Like I said, Steven's just very against that card. So this was
So he's gonna Loki here, and he's got Kaguya back up.
He does have Kaguya back up. I mean, but that's just an Erudite. It's an Erudite, and then, like, you're so far ahead of this Cancel War. Oh. This could end very badly for Jeremy.
Yep.
This could end very badly because he hasn't. There's no freed from altar. Oh, there it is.
That's right.
Okay, so like, yeah, he's probably about to get hard punished here. So what's gonna end up happening is freed from the altar, either get one of the missing pieces that he has. He either has Athenia in hand or Perfect Loki in hand. Then drop Athenia, Perfect Loki, and let's just wipe and get this shit going again.
I do love Athenia's Love. It's just a really good answer, 2-mana answer to a 2-mana board wipe.
Yeah. Yeah, it also serves that dual purpose of like the Motoko combo deck.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, free swinging with these bad boys with no consequences. That's pretty chill.
His life is getting low.
Wonder why I'm currently in the process of finishing the deck build and I am super new to the game. Okay, there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Neo Ragnarok. The way that I see it is a fantastic alternate win con.
Well, you just look at it this way. It eats up a rune slot, and it's very selective on when you can play it. So you can only play it from rune slot when you have Loki flipped. So it's basically eating up. You're essentially only playing with 4 runes. So it limits you a lot. And look at his runes here. He's used all of them, and he's probably going to want to use this freed from the altar later. So if that was Neo Rag, he wouldn't have a freed from the altar, which may bite him if he didn't have that.
So yeah, and then we're talking about like his runes that he's using right now. Like the one rune that's down right now is the freed from the altar. So like right now he can use the freed from the altar and go grab an Athenia, right, or do whatever he needs. But yeah, it's just this deck just allows you to fully utilize the utility of the deck itself, right? And that's really what you're playing. You're not really judgmenting till super late,
and honestly, if you're looking at Neo Ragnarok, it's still a cancelable card. So
that's another thing. It is still a cancelable card. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're at right now. This list is something that Steven shared. What happened?
It looks like Steven took that game.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Jeremy was getting out of that. That was going to be the second wipe and dump.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He had altar with counters. And
it was... Mana Transmuter was still alive. He had, like, 4 swinging things. Like, so, yeah. No, Perfect Loki is, in my mind, the best deck. So, but we'll see. This, the Italian Hanzo list.
Actually, looking at the deck list, the Italian list, I really like it a lot.
It is a very good deck, but like my question is, does it survive against aggro? Isis Melodies.
So I think it does an okay job. It does run Calico Cats, which are essentially skeleton hordes, and having a skeleton horde isn't a terrible thing.
Okay. And I mean, I know it sides into the table flips. And so that
and it also runs a very, very good and special card that I do enjoy, and I think Ryan Miles shares my love in this card. Seal of Limit. It's a 1 mana removal spell, and aggro decks don't have a really good way of dealing with it, so that's just the fact of life.
I love Bastet.
Yeah, and Bastet bounces your seals back, so it's like you have Dark Alice, who can draw off of it on the trigger, but then you also have Bastet, who can bounce it back to your hand on the trigger, so the thing is permanently removed, and then you get to remove something else. Very cool, very interesting. So just a ton of removal in that deck. You also have the table flips on the side.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested in kind of throwing that.
And Sealing
around.
Scrolls is still a very good card against all these rune decks. So.
So yeah, that's actually kind of a deck that I want to look at and goof around with before I run up to Canada.
And that's also another thing with Neorag. It just gets hard countered by 0 mana cancel spell, right?
Travis, yeah, he did. He had a Zeus Alice in the grave and Zeus Alice on field, but like in order to play both of those, that would have tapped him out, and his opponent was like fully recovered. He wasn't like Steven was never tapped out, so if Jeremy ever pulled the trigger first, he was gonna get punished. So like at that point, back in the turns you're talking about, he hadn't played the Athena's Love yet. Athena's Love would just banished one of them, right? So like there was no situation where if Jeremy got even more greedy that he would have survived.
Yeah, that was just one of those ways where you just like you had to definitely return a god for the Athena there and just have the play. For that was the best possible outcome. And then Steven's always going to have mana up. It's just part of his playstyle. It's just it's very reactive.
Learn a lot from Steven. Honestly, my Magic deck that I was playing yesterday was call Stone Pass often, and so that was interesting. I was playing like a blue-green or a blue-red flash style deck. Like I noticed a lot of these new cards in the new set of Magic is like flash oriented, and I'm just like, well, we Force of Will players are pretty well versed in that, so let's go.
It's always really good to play flash style decks. I mean, just keeping the thinking in your opponent's court is always the best thing you can do when you're playing against somebody. Making them expend more energy to think out your plays.
Or to not and get punished.
Right, exactly.
Kaguya, Athena, Erendite in Jeremy's hand. Cool. Kaguya, Athena, Erendite. Ooh.
Alright, they both potentially... Well, Jeremy has a lot of mana here. Double Alkalite. If we can... land an altar, then it's going to be in a really good shape.
Yep, he's going to make sure he just...
He's got to make sure. I mean, knowing what he's got in his hand.
Yeah. Hits another Erendite.
Burial. There's the free altar here.
So this will be real nice.
Yeah.
Could ramp 3 stones if he wants. Right? If he wants to use the Power of Immortality early here.
Yeah, if he does, then this Dispel. He's still got Dispel, so.
Yeah.
It'd be a waste of the power.
So there's no Adam Engrave, so we're not on Perfect Will, and he only has Burial, Athena, and Fuck, I wrote this other one down terribly wrong.
Kagya.
Cog, that's what it is. So he's got no way of playing his hand right now. He just has the rune stuff. So, ooh, interesting. Sack of Stone gets the second one.
Yeah.
If he can get, yeah. Wow, gets the second stone, then goes into a Return of God right now. Doing it the hard way. Wow. So, Dark Alice is now online for Steven. The way that lined up, and with the Look of Corruptions, he was able to get all 4 into the grave pretty early. So he's going to get the second stone off of the other Layla trigger. And now he's going to be in whatever color he wants. So he's going to probably play the
Return of God into an Athenia, untap your stones.
Mm-hmm. Feels pretty damn good.
Keep going.
Keep going.
And that's the power of Return of God.
Yeah.
Just a 2-mana tutor.
For the most part, when you're looking at 7 of 40 cards, it does feel very tutorish.
I mean, here he's just set. He's looking at, almost a third of his deck.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a perfect Loki.
I don't know if that's on purpose, but I'm sure it wasn't.
I don't think it was
Sure,
on
if he had
purpose.
Athenia, it would be Athenia.
Yeah.
But, the Loki does keep him off will, so.
Mhm.
Just
So
rolling
looking
with
at his
will.
hand, it's
Kagya.
Burial, Kagya, Athenia. He literally can't play anything but whatever he just drew, which is a shame.
Yeah. So he's got this forest, which is going to get him an Adam, and he's going to get an Alice. So he'll be turned on with this Dark Alice that he'll get from the grave.
Yes, but then he'll be tapped out for it. So like this is a.
I mean, Jeremy is definitely on the back foot here,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
So Adam, Burial. Oh, is Burial Rites a rune? No, it's not a rune.
Burial Rites is not a rune. So, yeah.
Yeah, he did tap the wrong will.
Yeah. Basically, the only play he has here is end of turn Dark Alice. It's just so slow right at this point.
Ooh, this is. Are you discarding or are you drawing?
Nah, he's drawing. There's no reason he would discard. I mean, he's just gonna discard.
Yeah,
now, right?
I mean his cards aren't good right now anyway.
So here's the Alice.
Erendite.
Erendite.
So all we have right now is 1 unknown card in hand. And still 3 cards he can't play. 4, because he can't play the Atom.
This Grand Lightning. Yep. Just keep him off Perfect Will.
Mm-hmm.
But he still has Perfect Will right now. So I guess he's floating something here. I don't know
Yeah.
what colors he floated, but
Probably just threaten blue-black. But what is Perfect
well, his
Will?
Alice is still not online, so he doesn't have Perfect Will.
Yep. So Perfect Will is when Dark Alice is on the field and you have all the types in the graveyard. So a Resonator, a Chant, an Addition, and a Stone. Then all of your will or all of your stones tap to produce whatever color that you want. So we shorthand call that Perfect Will. So when you have Perfect Will with Dark Alice, then you can tap for whatever colors that you want, no matter what the stone is. Hey, Rosen, glad you're here. You're asking good questions, buddy.
glad we're like on schedule today. We haven't run overtime at all.
You think Jeremy would let us be not on schedule?
Well, usually these games run over a little bit. So.
Prepping for the GP, going to Vegas, eh? That's good. That's good. You're going to see 4 rogues there, 5 including Jeremy. You're going to see Derek, Cal, Stewart, and Patrick Collins. Ah, you live in Vegas. Fantastic. You don't happen to be the one that I was talking to on Reddit, are you?
That's a Jeremy scoop right there.
Oh, is that his hand?
Yep.
And he's already scooping?
Ugh! That was so bad. No red.
I would have
No
flipped
red.
like green for Kogi if I didn't even have it. Like, why not? Make it scared.
I mean, not like I was doing anything that turn with it anyway, but okay.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Jeez Louise.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay, man. This is. I mean, we've talked about this
fun.
before. We've talked about how sometimes you try to go these greedy colored decks like Adam or something like that. Sometimes the deck just doesn't function. Like, and that's just a natural thing that you have to experience.
Stinks to sit there and go like 5 turns. Like, I can't play anything.
No, like I legitimately didn't get anything. Like all of my cards in my hand were red.
What's the next couple stones? Like, are they just like all 4 heat rays?
It literally is a light vapor and then 4 heat rays. Like,
Wait.
Next stone was light
Oh.
vapors. Yeah,
God.
all 4 of my heat rays were bottom of deck.
There is the classic Gauntlet action.
Yeah, feel it.
It's a real thing.
If
It
you
is a real
want to
thing.
see your deck perform at its absolute worst, come
That's it. This
run
is
the
it.
Gauntlet.
This is it for sure.
Try to
So-
show off to the world that you know what you're doing.
and then this happens, and it's fine, and that's great, and I'm happy about it. Big misplay, I think, was not. So I know that the deck that you guys are playing is 11 stones, and it's a lot. It's like 7 dark, 4 blue.
I think it's 12 from me.
Yeah, we're 8-4.
8 and 4. But
I'm
yeah.
8
8. So I took a risk in game 1, knowing that I probably shouldn't have.
Win.
Because
Yeah, I mean, like his chances of hitting that blue mana right then, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
right,
on
so like
3?
the risk there was so there's 2 options, right? So option 1, at that time when I went for the Yokai Festival, I had Kaguya in hand. And like everything was turned on and comfortable, and I had like an Erendite backup and everything else. So the risk taking there is, look, he's got 10 stones left. It's a 40% chance that he'll hit a blue stone so that he can do Return of Gods, 60% chance that he doesn't. Take a risk, right? Put him down to, if he doesn't get it, the game's just over.
You basically right.
Like just basically over. And so I took that risk. I'm not entirely sure if it was the right decision, but like the data coming at me, it's kind of one of those things. We talked about this in the lounge too, of like, what's the worst possible thing that could happen with you making that play versus the best possible thing?
Even
I
if
think-
even if I had the blue mana, like I still needed the perfect Loki in hand to do everything.
Right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it still felt like it felt like it was worth the risk,
Yo, it was
because it
definitely
was
worth
such like a slim chance that it was
Yeah.
going to go absolutely half-ass, like or absolutely ass backwards.
Yeah.
But with what was in hand, I'm not sure I necessarily needed to do that to get the win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I mean you probably could like wait it a little bit longer, just like
Right.
get more mana going, play it
Yeah,
kind of like you would play
for
a
sure.
hard game, like oh they got Steven Hulshizer. I need to play a little bit longer. I have a counter spell ready just in case.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But overall, good game.
Indeed, it was.
Good game.